everyone. My name is Dr. Phyo Hein, the founder of STEMiNO. STEMiNO offers education and career advising to students and young professionals around the world with the focus in motivating and advising those who are interested to pursue their career and education in science and engineering. We offer engineering and analytics services to entrepreneurs as well. This video you're about to watch is a part of our online talk series where outstanding individuals working in the fields of science and engineering share their experiences so that younger generations can learn from them, envision their future, and prepare themselves more efficiently. If you enjoyed this video, please follow the link below for the complete video. And don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, this is Phyo from STEMiNO. Today we have another guest in our online talk series, and her name is Dr. Myat Myat Thinn, and let's welcome her here.
Hello everyone, I'm Myat Myat Thinn.
So thank you for being here, to giving your time and to share our STEMiNO students and anyone who's interested in hearing about your story and your experience. So before we talk about your details, can you start by introducing yourself, a little bit of your background?
Yes, so I'm originally from Myanmar, Burma. I was born and raised there, and I finished my high school in Yangon, Myanmar as well. And after I finished my high school, I decided to study abroad. So I went to Malaysia to attend the American transfer program. And then from that, I came to the United States. And then, yeah, currently I'm working as a scientist, and basically I'm in a medical diagnosis device company, and it's a startup company. So we are trying to combine the technologies from electrical engineering points and mechanical engineering points. And also, I'm a biochemist, so I'm working on developing the assays to detect the biomarkers of the various diseases such as cardiovascular disease. So yeah, I'm working at cross-functional teams to build a device that people can diagnose themselves at home. Yeah.
That's very interesting, and it's very nice to develop something that's gonna help people's life. So you say you grew up in Myanmar or Burma. Can you explain us a little about your high school system and what did you do in high school to prepare for U.S. colleges or the college in Malaysia?
Yeah, so when I was in high school, I actually have no idea if I will come and study in the US, but I have a desire to study abroad. So in that sense, I have been like improving my English. I took like extra English courses and read books, so that helped me prepare in college exams, and then get into so I also took courses at the American Center, US Embassy, so that also helped me a lot in preparation to go to college in US.
All right. Did you have to take any kind of standardized test for your colleges in Malaysia and the US?
Yes, I did take SAT and TOEFL, and I took both the English and mathematics, the verbal and the quantitative test that time.
Right, and that's the SAT reasoning test, right?
The reasoning test, yes.
Right.
Yeah, and also the subject test that because I know that I was interested in science, so I took biology, chemistry, and physics as well.
Right. So, did the subject test help you get into, the program that you desire or the university that you desired?
So actually, taking the test helped me like study the subjects, but since I decided to go to Malaysia, so I was a transfer student, so actually SAT like scores doesn't or the test that I've taken doesn't help me, but
Right,
it helped me academically like prepare to go to college. Yes.
right, right. It kind of give you the more foundations, if you may.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yes.
Okay.
So. Hmm.
For the English, you said you took the TOEFL
Hmm.
test,
Yes.
test of English as a foreign language.
Yes.
Um, and in general, overall, what would you advise the students to prepare themselves for, you know, any kind of standardized English or college admission test like SAT test? What would be your general advice?
So I mean, to excel in English, you have to use it every day, right? So
Right,
I wish that like it's helpful to have a group of friends practicing like together. So like listening and like speaking skills. So yeah, but for me, I have a teacher, and so we only speak in English during the
right,
lesson. That actually helped me, yeah, a lot. And
right. So basically, practice a lot, right? Not only in speaking, you read all the time, and
Mhm.
you just practice a lot,
Yes,
right? And that applies to not only English but also to other science tests too.
yes, it helps me actually, because I understand English better. So during my high school, that's how I found my passion in science because these were taught in English. So
Right,
yeah, very
right.
helpful.
Um, you said your parents and your family wanted you to be a doctor back in your home country.
Yes.
And how did you overcome or go against their expectations not to become a doctor and then pursue your college career in biology or biochemistry?
So I went to medical school like 2 months briefly, and I didn't like it, and it's the system that I was exposed to is pretty different, right? So you have to memorize everything and then just write down exactly what it is, and so yeah, I didn't enjoy school at all. So I reasoned with my parents. They weren't happy when I say I want to quit school, but they didn't want to force me to do anything that I don't want to do. So yeah, and my parents gave me a lot of freedom on making decisions for myself. So yeah, they supported me when when I make my decisions to quit and come to the US. Yeah.
Right, right. So you were fortunate enough, to gain the parents' confidence and support in pursuing what you wanted to do.
Yes.
Um, what would you advise for those who are encountering difficulties in communicating with the parents and people around them, um, to persuade them that what you want to do
Mhm.
uh, is right for you?
So I have to reason with them, of course. It's not in like arguments, but in a way that like I negotiated with my parents, right? So I have to tell them like what is gonna happen if I become a doctor, and then like I didn't see myself a path at all. So there are a lot of I honestly, there are a lot of doctors who didn't pursue their career after they graduated. So that's actually a waste of a lot of years of education. So I told my parents that um, I want to make use of what I learned at school, not just like wasting 5 years. So, and they accepted eventually. Yeah, they are pretty open minded. So, yeah, just reason with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just try to communicate with them, reason with them, and try to
Mhm.
convince them,
Yeah.
by presenting them the advantages and disadvantages of different career paths, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, I have role models to my siblings. Two of my a brother and sister. They study abroad, and So I wanted to follow that path. So yeah,
Right. Right. So
I
you also have some siblings that already walked,
mhm,
non-conventional college pathways.
yes,
So
yeah.
it was not as hard for you to follow.
So not just siblings, but like I would recommend uh, the younger generations to have role models
Right.
in life. Yes.
Okay. You mentioned you did your high school in Burma and a few years in Malaysia, and then you came to United States for the college studies, right? Um, what is the main challenge that you notice across these countries, and um, in general, what would you advise to students who came from different countries and somehow ended up in the United States?
Hmm. Yeah, so I wasn't intentionally like go to Malaysia, but that time my brother was planning to come to the United States at the same time as me. So we have a financial burden for my parents. So I decided to postpone um, my coming to the US. So that's why I decided to go to Malaysia to spend some time, and then so I get college credits as well. So yeah, it's a different learning environment, and I enjoy spending time in Malaysia in that sense that like it's not like in Burma that you have to memorize everything, and you have to like write down everything exactly as the textbooks, right?
Mhm.
So and I got exposed to the practical labs, like laboratory experiences in biology, physics, and chemistry. So which was really helpful when I come to the US. But their education system is not as interactive as US. So when I come to US, um, it's a different learning environment, and in US you have to ask questions and answer the questions. So that's the very interactive classroom style,
Right.
which I wasn't familiar with at all, and that's these participations in classroom counted 20% of my grade.
Right.
So it was quite difficult for me to like raise my hand and speak up, right?
Right.
It wasn't how I grew up. So yeah, I had to take a lot of courage to overcome. But at the same time, I really enjoy learning in that style. So yeah.
So you would say in US, you had to do a lot of communication and class participation, and challenge yourself in a environment where everybody mutually learn from each other.
Yes, exactly. Yes.